garbage ass pussy.
Yo, GG's, boys.
That has no recoil. No recoil on your gun. How do you do that?
Pussy, bro. Shooting behind people, getting hit markers.
How do you fucking like?
Hey guys, Only Godspeed here, bringing you another gameplay commentary, and today we're analyzing solos as we run the Cooper Carbine with the Welgun as a secondary, and this class is amazing in Vanguard ROYALE. I'll be telling you what I did right and wrong. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you like the video and consider subscribing with notifications on so you never miss another video. I noticed there was a few people that landed here, so I'm trying to get some plates and weapons ASAP. I heard some footsteps below me, so my first priority is to see if there's anyone on the same level as me right next to me. Since there wasn't anyone, I decided to push the guy below me. I got a few shots on this guy, and I could either chase him or pre-aim the doorway, but I had a feeling he was going to re-challenge me and try and catch me mid-sprint. He actually re-challenges me mid-ADS, so it actually worked out quite nicely. Right after I killed him, I noticed another player at the end of the hallway, and I pretended not to see him and played up instead. I heard his footsteps closing in on me, and yet again I pretended to run away and re-peeked and caught him mid-grenade animation for an easy kill. Now I heard two players fighting up top and decided to third party that fight, and unfortunately I only cracked one player and couldn't get the full. At the same time I heard enemy dropping in and he pulled his chute pretty close to me for an easy kill. Now at this point I know there is at least one player left to peek, and he in fact clustered me, revealing his position, so I decided to stim up and chase him down. This is where I screwed up. I assumed this guy killed the other guy earlier in the fight, but it seems like there was one more left to peek. As I started getting shot, I turned around to spot where I was getting shot from. Instead, if I dived straight ahead without looking, I could have used the momentum to dodge and get away pretty easily. Because I turned around, I was an easy target for this guy. Now, there has been some interesting changes in Vanguard ROYALE, and the main thing being the lack of UAVs at the buy station, and you can only get it when you finish contracts now. This means that you need to do top secret or supply drop contracts so you can get UAVs, which is what I normally focus on early game. Then later on I will try to do a big game bounty or keep doing top secret contracts. What do you guys think of this change? Let me know in the comments below. Another change is the fact that the loadout drops happen early on in the game now when the first zone starts to close. Now I landed in this building to ensure I wasn't getting my loadout camped, and also I was looking for any spare armor plates. I noticed a few boxes there, so I took my time getting it. Just as I got my loadout, I see a guy sprinting over, and yet again I pretended to run away and come charging back. Now, since you can't buy UAVs anymore, I thought, what the hell, may as well see if anyone comes to their loadout, and I became the person that I despise, and I was okay with that, you know? And what do you know, the same kid landed back for his drop, and there was still another box here, so I know someone is close, so I decided to lurk around to see if it does get grabbed. Now, we spot each other at the same time, and I put some good shots onto this guy, and I decided to push him. Notice I go from above for the high ground, and he got into a fight with another dude that came out of nowhere, and I managed to secure this kill straight after. Since I have a lot of money and nothing better to buy, I decided to get a loadout and run Tempered. Ghost is not that useful anymore, and I think Tempered is the best perk too now. The main reason being the armor plate buff. You get a full plate now when you armor up instead of simply filling the first bar. So if you have half a plate remaining, when you put on one plate, you get 1.5 plates, and this makes Tempered even stronger. I decided to jump into the vehicle to go do a top secret contract where I see a player fighting, and I did a seat switch on him to crack him. I pushed the player, but I didn't want to overcommit because I had no information on where he is, and if I drop down below, then he will have better positioning over me if he does rotate around. So I decided to go around to see if he's rotating back, and there he was, the same guy that killed me at peak. And I closed the door behind me to make sure the guy that he was fighting doesn't push me, and I have some audio cue if he does push me. As I was about to start my contracts, I put some shots onto the guy driving the Jeep to weaken him and forcing him to get off and heal up, which then I aggressively pushed the potato like a bot, but I still got him in the end somehow. And at that same time I noticed another Jeep pushing, but he wasn't being that aggro, which indicates to me that he's trying to suss out the information on where exactly I am. So I know he's gonna come back, and that's why I went on the roof with a nasty head glitch to pop him out of the vehicle. Now whenever I do recon contracts, I love staying in the vehicle. I hate staying on foot. The reason why is because you can't see your surroundings properly, whereas if you're in a vehicle you can actually see your surroundings, you can third person peek, and you can look at every angle on where the people are pushing you from. So that's why I'm staying in the vehicle to complete this this recon contract. Now after doing the contract, I got my UAV and pushed the only guy I saw on the map who was guarding the tunnel for some reason. And after killing him, I noticed Tractor Mike asking for help. Not sure if he was stuck there or just sick of the game, but I put him out of his misery. And I decided to go to Beachhead for another UAV and got a recon right beside me yet again, which was actually perfect. I don't have to go anywhere else. Then I thought I may as well do a big game bounty and see where everyone was on the map. But then my bounty decided to fly away to the other side of the map. I could have chased him, but because there are no UAVs in this game mode and this Jeep does not have the best protection, and for all I know there are a lot of bushwickies, so I decided not to push him. I noticed a Jeep driving by and I got some decent shots onto the guy in the Jeep, forcing him to get out and heal. So I know there is one player around that green building. I decided to pick up the bounty to see if I got him or someone else there. And looks like I actually got someone else. So I know he is still somewhere in that region, plus my bounty of course. And I'm in a pretty good spot so far with good vantage points. Trying not to overexpose myself here because even though this place is really good to hold, I just have to be careful not to get killed by someone either at the tents or on my right hand side. Now that same guy that initially got out of the Jeep at the green building started driving towards me, which gave me an easy kill. That's the thing with these Jeeps in Vanguard Royale. They're not very good in terms of helping you survive, so keep that in mind if you're actually going to drive them. It's getting to end zone and at this point I hear some shots and notice a yellow skinned operator. I'm also not tunnel visioning in this particular area, but looking around to see that no one else is pushing me at the same time from a different angle. I'm also using my scope to look down to have a clearer view of the surrounding regions above the scope, and I spot a Tango on top of the building. After taking him down, I know there is at least one more player, and I'm primarily keeping an eye on the balloon because that would be the easiest mode of transport. I actually hear a door open below me, and after pushing the second floor, I can still hear him below me, so I know he's on the ground floor lurking around. Before I blindly push down, I throw a cooked frag grenade and notice the trajectory and the area of explosion. That's why I looked in this particular region to see if he was running away or still there. I also noticed it's the same yellow character, so it's safe to say there is no one behind me anymore. I considered pushing the roof to see if I can spot anyone out in the open around the tent direction when I heard some metal sound indicating someone is climbing the ladder above me. So I airstriked him to flush him out. Unfortunately, I couldn't find him, so I dropped down and initially thought I'll play the trenches, but I immediately regretted this decision because two things could happen. He could push late and peek that hill and look down and kill me, or I could get shot in the back. And I did notice people fighting there earlier behind me, so I decided to prone right here where I got really good cover from everyone except the guy above and decided to wait him out. Once I clear him, then I don't need to worry about getting shot in the back. I noticed a red dot around that area he could have potentially rotated to. Now there's 4 players left with 1 on the beach and 1 in the bunker, and 2 players are still unaccounted for. I waited for the zone just a little bit longer to avoid any last minute surprises. Once I cleared behind me, I was pretty confident of winning this match. This is where the trigger discipline comes into play. I didn't shoot until I had a clear line of sight because I didn't want to spook the guy in the bunker and give my position away to the other players. At this point, I'm also making sure no one is coming up on my left flank doing an aggro push while constantly peeking the guy at the bunker. I managed to get a quick knock as he peeked me and quickly noticed the guy on the left of him, and I decided to push the guy on the left for 2 reasons. The other guy is knocked already, and the second reason is the zone is actually pulling to the left. Since I already cracked him, this is fairly easy, but he pulled off an airstrike, so I made sure I was in cover and it didn't kill me. Now there are 2 players left. I know where one is, but I have no idea where the other one is, so I'm constantly checking around, but at the same time ensuring this guy doesn't flank me on my right. Now whenever it's a 1v1v1, whoever who doesn't get in the fight has the advantage, to be honest with you guys, so make sure you don't engage unless you have to, not like what I did here. And after I engaged the guy I initially downed, I got shot by the second guy, so I decided to focus on him because he had the better positioning and the first guy was just panicking and trying to survive. After pushing the guy, cracked and finishing him, I hear some coughing and I don't see the first guy anywhere, so I guess he just didn't want to give me the kill.
Garbage ass pussy.
Yo, GG's boys.
That has no recoil. No recoil on your gun. How do you do that?
Pussy, bro. Shooting behind people, getting hit marker.
How do you fucking like...
That's it for this video, guys. These guns are truly fantastic in Season 2 and a lot of fun to use, and here's my class setup for both of them. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more weekly content and enjoy the rest of your day.